Thank you. There are still many questions surrounding the shooting, and right now we are bringing some of them to the Winston-Salem Police Chief, Chief William Penn.
Chief, we appreciate you being here. Thanks very much for your presence here tonight. Obviously, the public has 1,001 questions. Right. You are trying to conduct an investigation and not jeopardize that investigation by revealing things too soon at this point. I suspect I already know the answer to this, but is there anything more that you can tell us at this point about the nature of the fight? How many weapons were there? How many shots were fired? And when we might see additional arrests?
No, but what I can tell you, tragic event, and I understand that the public wants answers, and we're trying desperately to get them to them, but we must conduct a thorough investigation. I can tell you there will be more arrests, and we look forward to being able to tie all of this together so the community knows exactly what happened that day.
We know there are a lot of moving parts here in this investigation, and have you in your law enforcement career ever encountered many crime scenes that are more complicated than this one?
Unfortunately, I have. In almost 30 years of experience, I have. However, this does, with the age and just the tenor of the country. In the past week, we've seen some terrible tragedies, so I understand folks need to figure out what happened and wonder if they're safe.
Going into as much detail as you are able to, can you give us some insight into the work that you and your team are doing literally today, like right now?
Right, so we're looking for cameras, we're looking for additional footage, we're looking for witnesses, we're trying to speak to more witnesses. So all of that's going on right as I stand before you.
And we know this mass shooting is leading to many bigger questions and conversations just about youth violence in general and in our community. And one of the main questions people have been asking us as well is just where these teens are getting these weapons that they use in these incidents.
Yeah, so we've been talking about this for years as the police department has been seizing 1,000+ guns over the past couple years. We know that guns are stolen from break-ins. We know that they're ghost guns. So it's a lot of different ways that our youth are getting their hands on guns. And we have to work together to ensure that they don't get those guns. And when they do, hand it to an adult. And adult is the key word I'm going to be using today as I speak to you.
Are there any that they're getting from parents maybe not securing their weapons, not just say in this incident, but is that an issue as well?
That
in
has
terms
been
of
an
weapons?
issue. Yes, ma'am, it has.
Obviously a chaotic scene on Monday. The law enforcement and emergency response presence was extraordinary. In the days that have passed since, we have heard anecdotes about regular people, not in uniforms, not with badges, responding and rendering aid to people that they didn't know, and they didn't know, are they a good guy, a bad guy? I don't know, but they are hurt. And we have heard some of their stories, and they are hesitant to go on camera, and we understand why. Yes. I wonder if you are aware of any of those stories too, and if you are, how that makes you feel as the top law enforcement official in this city.
So absolutely, and I appreciate you bringing that up because there is silver lining even in tragedies. The community did come together. On the law enforcement side, at the federal, state, and local level, everyone came to the aid of Winston-Salem, but also in the community. I know Novant Rehab, Novant Orthopedic, Maplewood Family Practice, and even Chick-fil-A, they saw that the community was in need and they came to the aid, and we're so glad they're a part of our community.
And you know, you talk about the community being impacted. How has this incident, though, impacted the police department? We have these young gunshot victims, ages ranging from 14 to 19 years old. I mean, how are the people that have responded from your department doing at this time?
We're checking on one another because it is tough. Many of us are parents, and this hurts. And this is our community. These are our children. So we're working through it just as the rest of the community does as well.
You said during Monday's news conference, this was something that stood out to me. We can't arrest our way out of this. You said that you felt like if that was the best path forward, would have done that already. Right. Yeah. You called on parents, not maybe specifically in this case, but in general, parents and guardians to be more involved in their teenagers' lives. Check their backpacks if they need to. Ask where they're going. Who are you visiting? Who's the adult there that I can contact? It's not the first time you've asked that. Is it frustrating to have to keep asking that? And what else do you need from the community right now so that we certainly hope this is the last time we ever deal with something like this here?
It is frustrating. I constantly hear critiques of the police department and what happens after the fact. Here's what I'm telling you. It's not just parents, it's even adults. I get tired of seeing video from the weekend that shows adults fighting and recording it. If I'm seeing that, guess what? Our youth are seeing it. However, I also need to dispel a notion that people are being arrested for just being standing by. You will be arrested as an adult if you encourage, through your actions or inaction, you allow a juvenile to break the law. And that's what it is. You have to be participating in some way. We have better things to do than arrest people who aren't doing anything. But we are going to stay in our lane as law enforcement. We will do our jobs. We're asking for everyone else to do theirs, and we might have to do less of ours.
All right, Chief William Penn in the studio for us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.